week ago. Blackburn did particularly well against Chelsea, so Mark Hughes doesn't make changes unless he really has to. One he does today, he brings in Paul Dickov, replacing Shefty Kuqi, and Robbie Savage has a leg injury, so he is replaced in midfield by Stephen Reid. Similarly, Charlton make 2 changes. Darren Bent shaken off his flu. Good timing as Sven-Goran Eriksson is in town today. The wannabe England striker steps in. The former Rovers loanee, Jay Bothroyd. Alexis Emerton is out today. He's replaced by Brian Hughes. How can Blackburn stop the Charlton charge away from home? No club in England has a record like Charlton's on their travels. Away from home, played 5, won 5, maximum 15 points, which is why they start in a very creditable 6th place at this moment in time.
Just imagine if the home form would have been as formidable as that. They've only won 1 at home this season. Having said that, Blackburn have only lost once at home. They've lost to Newcastle, the only team to beat them. They've won 3, so it should, looking at those sort of facts, be a decent game.
I know you're not a betting man, but if you were, you may go for a 1-0 on this particular game when these sides have met in previous years. 4 of the last 5 games have ended at 1-0, including the last time they played here in January.
You can see this one being a little bit more open.
Keep you to that word. Michael Gray. Kishishev, the man on loan from Rangers. Those no-frills kind of defenders. Harry to Stefan Andersen, keeping his place in the team. Danish keeper hits it long. Just offside, Darren Bent, who's shaken off a bout of the flu last week.
Yeah, but straight away you see Darren Bent playing on the centre-half shoulder, not much in this. Just poked through, and the timing of that, very, very close. Half a yard less and he's onside.
Here's Bellamy to his buzzing best. Oh, is that a handball from Hreidarsson? Referee asks Blackburn to take the advantage. Good feet from... Oh, what a wonderful goal! A moment of magic from Emerton.
Well, there's got to be questions asked there, because like everybody else in the ground, I thought, well, there's no way he can get this in on goal. It's going to be a cross, and you have to ask serious questions about the goalkeeper. I know it's early in a game, but you have to get your angles right. There seems a hint of handball. The referee didn't give it, and Emerson, he's forced wide here, and you think, well, he's just going to swing it across, but no, look at this, right in the top corner. Keeper thinks he's going wide. Ball put in early, you think it's handball, referee said no, and it gives Blackburn a little bit of an advantage, but there looks no danger here. Gone wide. Look at that for a finish.
Well, fast feet and a fabulous finish with 2 minutes gone. Blackburn take the lead. Emerton likes Charlton. He scored the winner against them back in January.
Well, I told you it'd be an open game. 2 minutes into the game, I think it could be a cracker, this. Starting with a cracker of a goal.
And they're trying to fight back here. Friedel a little uncertain what to do with that one. Stung his gloves.
Well, I think in the end he did the right thing. Good skill from Rommedahl, aware of what's around him, turns well, a lot of space, a lot of time, lets it run, strikes it well, and that moved a little bit in the air. Friedel did well to beat it wide.
Tugay, not a particularly good clearance. Kishishev. Kishishev, hope those two are mentioned in the same sentence too often. Neill. Dickov tries to cut it inside the defender. Good turn of pace from Emerton, and Spector had to stretch.
Yeah, intelligent thinking there from Paul Dickov. Saw the run of Emerton, but terrific defending by Spector. Puts it inside him, gives him a chance to attack it, Emerton, but full stretch. Spector did ever so well.
Well, Blackburn absolutely packed the 6-yard box. You've got 7 or 8 blue and white shirts in there. bullying tactics on the goalkeeper as Neill lofts it in. Pedersen comes in and caught a couple of the defenders dozing.
Well, Spector at the far post there, nearly paid for a bit of complacency.
Emerton. Tugay. Stephen Reid, and from the cold, is set out the last few matches as Mark Hughes has found a balanced team, formation he likes. Tugay. Gray. Tugay. Because Neill normally the right back in the centre of midfield at the moment. It's an interesting little reshuffle from Mark Hughes. Gray. Bellamy. Very ambitious.
Well, they're just trying to get the Charlton Athletic supporters involved in the game. He's put it right in row Z of their contingent. Lovely build-up again. Good retention of the ball. Bellamy sees a bit of a gap, thinks, well, why not have a go? And look where that goes. Straight to the Charlton supporters. Thank you very much. But he's a confident striker. Why not have a go from there? Seen his teammate put it in the top corner. So why shouldn't I have a go?
Well, he's 2 away from his 100. I think the ambition is to make it the century this afternoon. It's a decent record against Charlton. In the 5 games he's played against them, he's scored 3. Great feet from Ambrose. Rommedahl tries to get the cross in, but finds a large obstacle in the shape of Andy Todd. Reid. And caught in possession. Now Tugay. Bellamy makes the move. Oof. Well, Gary, you and I are standing directly above the linesman.
Well, Bellamy's got frightening pace. It's just a matter of whether he timed it right or whether when the ball's played is he onside. He's clearly onside there. Majorly onside. And that's the, I always say this, people might get fed up of it, but so difficult for the assistant to see when the pass is made and the timing of the run. Yet when he sees Bellamy pick the ball up, he looked a mile offside. So difficult.
We were standing directly above him, and to say my gut reaction was that he was onside then, but I've never had the training of the man with the flag. Spector.
Bellamy's still having a chat with the assistant. When he sees it later, he'll be absolutely gutted by what he's seen, because he was not just onside, he was half a yard onside.
Dickov had.
They never commit fouls, do they, strikers? What, me? Oh, I didn't do anything. It was him. He had his arms all over me, ref. He's like that, Paul Dickov, to be fair.
I was going to say, will amaze fans when you meet him off the field, Paul Dickov. Nice, gentle, quietly spoken character. A little like his manager. Get him on the field and he turns into a lion.
Yeah, he's a fantastic player to have in your team, Mark. Hughes must be delighted to have him alongside Craig Bellamy. Certainly a totally different player to Dickov. It's just, defenders hate playing against Dickov because they know they're just not going to make moment's peace all afternoon. He'll be niggling, harassing. He'll do everything he possibly can to put you off.
Michael Gray. Don't want to remind him about his worst memory, but did miss that penalty at Wembley Stadium for Sunderland against Charlton back in '98.
Thought you were going to remind him of that.
He's not listening at the moment. Quarter of an hour gone. Blackburn off to a fly with a fantastic goal from Brett Emerton. Just like the kind Mark Hughes used to score.
Well, I'm sure Emerton would be delighted to be put in the same bracket as Mark Hughes, one of the best strikers the game's ever produced.
There is Emerton. Pedersen. Danny Murphy. Hasn't really had a chance to impose himself upon the game as he bumped into Tugay.
He's not got as involved as you'd like, Danny Murphy. He's the one Charlton look to make things happen. But Blackburn, give them credit. They've closed it down. They've not allowed Charlton to play. Kept them deep.
Murphy, it's a great ball. It has the Blackburn defenders wondering quite what to do with it. Kishishev unties the defensive knot. Gray. Reid. Tugay. Pedersen. Gray tries to move through the gears there. Bent. Tugay. Bellamy. Emerton. Bellamy going at full pelt. Puts the cross in. Dickov fighting for the ball. Emerton! What's he have for breakfast?
Well, he's planted one in the top corner. He thinks, well, I'll plant one in the opposite corner. And had it not got a deflection, who knows? He's hit that with such venom. It's all been created by Bellamy's movement. Puts it in there. It's attacked by Dickov. Well, but look at this. He takes it early. That nearly took the defender's head off.
It's a brave interception. Every single Charlton player back defending here. Doesn't prevent Todd getting that half a shot. Ambrose. Neill takes a deflection, falls to Dickov! Smallest man on the field. Gets the head up.
Well, the referee's running over to the assistant. His flag didn't go up, so I don't know why he's gone across there. The Charlton player's living. They're saying it was offside. They ran straight across the assistant, but the referee's getting them away from him. We're going to have a chat. The ball's put in, and he looked a mile offside there. He stood offside. They both look across straight at the linesman. There's a deflection. Ball's put in there. It comes off the head. He is stood offside. It's a terrific header.
He's celebrating his
Nobody near him.
this week. That's the way to do it.
He's got to be closer than that. It's somebody like Dickov.
Well, 33 on Tuesday. He celebrates the goal. And Charlton continue to complain.
Perry's getting booked for it.
And the referee has decided he's had too much back chat from Chris Perry. He's in his book. Murphy leaves the ball behind. Blackburn really on a roll at the moment.
You can see why they're playing so well at the moment. The passing, the movement, the support from the man on the ball is terrific.
Charlton have left Emerton all alone. Pedersen. The off the ball movement is so good they couldn't get out of the way of Pedersen, who's trying to move for it then. Classic case of obstruction.
Everybody knows the job out there. It's such incisive football. Fresh, it's short and sharp. There's good little triangles. Five-a-side sort of football at the moment. Charlton are finding it very difficult to nullify it.
Strangely though, Emerton has blasted a couple in. He's not in the queue to take the free kick. It's Tugay! That's because they had a cunning plan.
Certainly was. Everybody seemed to switch off there in red shirts. Seems to be very casual about taking it. Blackburn, there we go. And look at the space and time he's got. Not the best. His balance isn't very good. That's why it's skewed wide.
Todd. Tugay. Nice tricks, but it doesn't make any ground. Kishishev. Rommedahl. What a great turn of pace that was, and emergency action had to be taken by Michael Gray.
Gray wasn't favoured to get that. Rommedahl, I think, jumps out this tackle. Look at him. Jumps out of it. That's cowardly. He's 100% there. He gets away from Gray and gets a good chance for Charlton.
It's taken them 26 minutes to get a corner, Charlton Athletic. Now, what has Alan Kirbishley and co been working on this week? Hreidarsson throws himself in, but no connection with the ball. Hughes. Now Young. Hreidarsson still up there as the pivotal position. Not too happy with his own header. Trying to serve one up for Bent.
Yeah, just trying to cushion it down for Darren Bent, but it's a slippy service out there. It's going to be difficult to do that. Well, I wonder what Sven-Goran Eriksson thinks of the respective England players' performances so far. I feel sorry for Darren Bent. I think he leads the line very well, but sometimes it can be difficult if people aren't joining in with you.
There's a good chance that Danny Murphy and Bent could be in the England squad this week. Though Bent may be wanted by the under-21s, who of course have the European qualifiers against France.
Makes more sense. Having said that, if you want him as part of your World Cup squad, why not put him in against Argentina?
Something that Sven-Goran Eriksson will be mulling over, maybe when he finds out what other strikers he has available to him. So we've seen Michael Gray nonchalantly kick the ball away. Then the reason is that he seems to have pulled a hamstring in trying to steal the ball a few moments ago off Rommedahl, and he's going to be replaced by the South African international Mokoena.
It's unfortunate for Michael Gray and for Mark Hughes. Everything going so well for his team in this first half. You don't want to lose somebody from injury.
Number 15, Mokoena.
Mokoena is normally a central defender, or a central midfield player. Comes on, and a little bit of a reshuffle. Luke Young. Murphy. Ambrose. He used illegal means, the referee's assistant. The referee didn't give the free kick, and Blackburn find themselves in a sticky situation here. Oh dear, will it turn against the officials? Rommedahl. Young skies it. Brad Friedel's come a long way as the ball moves quite nastily in the swirling winds inside the stadium. Rommedahl. There's Ambrose. Kishishev's flick over the top. Oh, great ball! Oh, Spector could have scored his first goal for Charlton then, but for the left back it fell on the right foot.
Just when you want a striker in those positions, your left full back gets in there.
Dickov. Lucas Neill swapped full back positions. It's a great run. What a fantastic run from the back. Oh, all the chances are falling to defenders at the moment.
Well, two full-backs in quick succession have good chances. This is the better of the two. Lovely cushion. 1-2 there. Defender can't dive in. He knows that. He's got to hit the target though, whether he's a left-back, goalkeeper or whatever. Make the keeper work. Terrific build-up play again by Blackburn. They're a pleasure to watch. Now football should be played on the floor, to feet.
Neill intercepts his Ambrose. Luke Young looking for Bent. Red alert when he's on the prowl.
Blackburn just started to take a couple of chances in areas that they shouldn't when they're 2-0 up. Needs clearing, clear it, and then regroup. Look at the ball there. It wasn't a bad touch, but Friedel in the right place at the right time.
The young American failing to beat the old American.
I'm sure I'll be delighted with you for saying that.
He's just retired from international football, Brad Friedel, so he does, I suppose, fall into that category. He's made plans for a wonderful soccer centre-back in his homeland. Tugay, Reid. Dickov, well, you can never tell with such a small play whether it is actually a high boot or not.
Hreidarsson probably saying that to the referee. I think he was saying he stooped a little bit into that Dickov.
Minutes to go in the first half. Pedersen tried to be too clever, and there was a slight shove. Kishishev.
It's a good name. He doesn't look bad either, to be fair. He's very composed at the back.
Georgia's best.
Khizanishvili.
The England wannabe, Bentley. It's a good early cross, right across the Blackburn 6-yard box, and it's squeezed in. But they say no pain, no gain.
Well, that is bravery at the far post, and that stifled the cheers from the Blackburn fans. And it's Hughes who's got hurt, bent as ever so well. It should have been closed down better than that. The back's turned, no reaction there. Bundled in bravely at the far post. Substitute, I think, should have done better here. Wasn't alive to it. Hughes was. Friedel couldn't do anything about it.
Well, an ugly goal. A goal from Brian Hughes that hauls Charlton back into the game.
Mokoena should have done better than that at the far post. Just come on, so he's not with the pace of the game, maybe. Went to clear it and didn't get anywhere near it, and what a time to get back in the game.
A goal that will hurt Mark Hughes. He's not used to his teams being outfought in any situation. Reid. Bellamy. It's a three-man committee. Bounced off the ball fairly by Danny Murphy. Kishishev. It's a spring now in the step of Charlton Athletic. Spector. Keeps his balance very well. Rommedahl. Worth a shot. Gap opens up. Oh, it took a deflection. It had Brad Friedel beaten.
Well, suddenly they've come to life, Charlton, just before half-time. Great play by Spector. Terrific strength. He could have shot there. Takes it a little bit further. That's going straight at Friedel, but the defender's got his knee in the way. That could have gone anywhere.
Mokoena. Reid. Now Neill. Here's the one final surge from Mark Hughes' team. Tugay. Little tempting ball. Now Emerton has started the scoring in the second minute. Puts in a great cross. Murphy helps it away. Rommedahl to Murphy. Sensibly to Young. Charlton play their way out of trouble, but it comes straight back in their faces here. Kishishev. Todd. Mokoena. It appeared that Spector was leading with the arm then. The referee maybe on the blind side of things. Mokoena. Todd to Tugay. Tremendous energy for a 35-year-old. Neill. Nobody can keep up with Bellamy. He did his best.
They tighten things up a little bit, Charlton. They're closing down better than they were in the early stages of the game.
Some way to go if they're going to keep up their 100%. Make it 6 away wins out of 6. Danny Murphy. Hreidarsson. Showing guts and a certain amount of guile to come back into the game. That was one of those lovely balls to be won 50-15. Tugay came off the clever up. The referee draws. to a close. A feisty old first half that got off to a flyer when Emerton puts Blackburn into the lead. Dickov made it 2-0 with less than 20 minutes gone. They did look to be cruising, but then a brave comeback from Brian Hughes. He went in where studs were flying, where heroes dare, to give us a half-time scoreline at Ewood Park of Blackburn Rovers 2, Charlton 1.
3 big tests for England at Twickenham, live only on Sky Sports. First up next Saturday, arch rivals Australia.
Big trouble here.
Then it's the world's #1.
New Zealand can just blow you away.
Finally, Samoa.
Twickenham goes wild.
Starts next Saturday with England v the Aussies.
He's got it. What a moment.
Sponsored by Guinness, 2 p.m. Sky Sports 1.
Hey up, new neighbours. Suppose better go and say hello. Okay.
You alright? So you've got the new Safari then?
Yeah, brand new. Thanks your butchers.
Glass roof. Overhead storage.
Sat nav, keeps them out of trouble.
My mother bought us that. Overtired.
All new Zafira from Vauxhall.
So Powergen offer cap price energy to new and existing customers. What do you think of that, Sunshine?
Great, but it's moonshine, actually.
When a mouth ulcer pops up, Bongella's triple action helps kill germs, reduces swelling and relieves pain. Don't put up with it, sort it with Bongella. And now available new Bongella Cool, powerful soothing relief in a cool mint gel. Bongella Cool, a cool new way to beat mouth ulcers.
Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith arrives on DVD with over 6 hours of bonus features.
The Jedi are no more.
Own Star Wars Episode 3 on DVD now.
512 meg storage in both. That's hundreds of photos, documents, or music tracks. 2 of them for just $49.99.
Online or in-store, you've got the best of both worlds.
How did your parents meet?
How did your dad propose to your mum?
I've seen the bridges of the world and they're for real.
Where was your dad when you were born?
Was your dad hoping for a boy or a girl? Now's a good time to ask with Vodafone Stop the Clock. Talk for up to 60 minutes, pay for just 3.
The new Decamate from Black & Decker has a powerful scraper, sander and screwdriver. So the preparation gets done a lot quicker than some people might have thought.
Hotpoint recommends Ariel.
I'm easy like Sunday morning.
And together, we're making laundry life easier.
At the first signs of a cold, use Vicks First Defense. It's a new microgel that attacks the cold virus where it starts at the back of the nose, before it has a chance to spread and develop. New Vicks First Defense. Attack is the best form of defense.
Thank you, Mr. Gorbachev. And thank you too to the Spice Girls. And thanks to all the people and events over the last 20 years that have inspired really great questions. The Trivial Pursuit 20th Anniversary Edition. The last 20 years in a box.
1 bacon, egg, cheese and a BLT bagel with an orange juice and a latte, please. I got you,
Wow, you went to all this trouble just for me. Look, I won't tell all your mates you've cooked me breakfast in bed.
I didn't. I just went to McDonald's around the corner.
You're so funny, they don't do bagels.
Yes, they do.
Oh, I love you.
Freshly ground coffee and filled breakfast bagels, now at McDonald's.
I'm loving it.
November the 5th, it was 130 years ago today that a bunch of rebels got together and formed Blackburn Rovers.
Information you, aren't you?
That has come a long way since then. We're hoping to catch up with Charlton Athletic in the Premier League table. Thought the points were possibly in the bag when they went 2-0 up, but you can't discount this Charlton team who won every away game in the Premier League this season. The best in England. Come on, fired up for the second half though. Through Bellamy. Teasing them and allowed. And the worthwhile appeal for handball. Now the referee's assistant is flagging, but that's for a corner kick. Blackburn didn't want the corner kick, they wanted a penalty kick.
That's a penalty. That is a penalty. Oh, that's a clear penalty. The arm's come right out. How has he got away with that? Bellamy said exactly the same. I cannot believe it.
Well, they got the offside wrong to allow Blackburn a goal in the first half. And it does appear, upon reflection, that he got it wrong then. And Hreidarsson is a lucky man. Bent heads the ball away. Emerton. I just wonder whether the referee and his assistant saw the replays at half-time and that was an evening out situation. Emerton's cross, corner kick.
He needs an evening out after missing that, I'll tell you. That's terrible. I tended to take my glasses off and take them down to him after that. It's one of the most blatant ones you'll see.
Hughes had his problems with Mike Riley last week and was sent like a schoolboy away from the benches below, so he'll be biting his lip. Falls through to Dickov, who's onside. They just can't keep hold of Paul Dickov, Charlton.
Not many people can. He's a live wire, we know that. He gambles, he expects things to happen in the box for him.
Rain firing in the face of the young Charlton keeper. Corner swirled in. Parry away. Mokoena. Tugay. Reid. See a horrible bounce of the ball. Kishishev to Dickov. That was a great stop from Perry, sliding in. Charlton really been put under the cosh in the opening minutes of the second half. Oh, it's a terrible ball to the wrong man as well in the Premiership at the moment, in Darren Bent. Neill. Filled in for Michael Gray on the left side of defence, forming a new partnership with Pedersen. Kishishev. Murphy. Tugay. Wisely out of a tricky situation.
Buries himself there, Tugay.
Teased in. Runs well. Tugay again. All seems to stand still when he gets the ball. Reid. Emerton. Mokoena. A supporting act. It's a nicely flighted pass. Spector heads away. That Dickov is never going to win those if there's a defender there, but he really gets under the studs of those leaping for the ball. There is Dickov. Tugay. Mokoena. Emerton. very kindly, but to the wrong man in Lucas Neill.
Well, that's 2 attempts he's had. One in the first half where he got it behind everybody and hit the side netting. And this one, as you say, falling to the wrong man. A lot of time, a lot of space. Takes it early and body shapes all over the place.
Kishishev, he and Todd have had a solid partnership at the heart of the Blackburn defence again. lMyhre keeps it away from the flying Tugay. It's a lovely ball in as well, but Ambrose a little slow to react. Blackburn playing this total football, which must be giving the manager kittens. I don't know if he wants them to actually play it back there, but wow, this is fantastic. Bellamy, an absolute joy to watch. The step over from Bellamy brought it to an end, but a great little move. Khizanishvili wisely into the crowd.
Khizanishvili knew what was around him there. Saw the danger, took no chances. Thoroughly entertaining this match. Both teams love to get it down, love to play the ball, get it wide, play to feet, join in.
Murphy. Brad Friedel has to be sure about that. Referee's assistant didn't give the corner, the referee did.
Brad Friedel clearly palmed it over with both hands, taking no chances. No need to take any chances. So in the first half, could have just hit the bar, bounced down and made it awkward to Friedel. Andersen thought the first one from Emerton had gone wide.
Murphy to swirl in the corner, skims right across the area. Emerton. Kishishev to Emerton, who squirmed away. Perry sweeps up.
Tempo of this game is very, very good. Blackburn started the first half exceptionally well. Tempo was good then, exactly the same the second half. Charlton have kept with them.
Mokoena. Tugay. Nice little pirouette. Todd. Emerton. Sounds like what they're seeing. Bombing forward is Reid. In with pace. Oh, what a wonderful goal! A team goal finished by Pedersen, but plenty of assists along the way.
That's magnificent football. That set this place alight. Mark Hughes is just a little bit impassive, but he's saying, what about that? I'm saying exactly the same. That is a terrific build-up. Full of awareness, full of ability. Tremendous ball in by Reid.
Scoring his fourth goal.
You don't see the full extent of it. The back heel that let him in. Wonderful ball. Attacked well. Takes a deflection, but they deserved the luck, Blackburn. Should have had the penalty. Delivered with pace. Difficult to defend. Pedersen gets his little bit of luck and don't they deserve it. The build-up thoroughly deserved that goal.
His fourth goal of the season. Blackburn's third of the afternoon. Charlton have to bounce back. This moment in time, their 100% away record appears to be wavering.
And that build up to the goal, we missed a lovely little backflip by Emerton to put Reid in. A wonderful little bit of ability and improvisation.
Charlton have to gamble. Murphy. Pushed away by Kishishev. He now goes surging forwards. They're looking for the fourth of the afternoon. Dickov. Nice little ball. Bellamy is onside. Emerton's waiting at the far post. Oh! Their football is played at Olympic sprinter pace.
Try and keep up with those two if you can. Lovely build up right from the back again. Stayed onside. Intelligently looked up. Could he have done better yet? I don't think if he flows himself right at it, I think he's got a better chance. Seemed to be a bit stiff and static there.
Murphy. Luke Young. Now Reid. Here they go again. Bellamy. It's right across the path of the defenders, and well, if it had a touch of support, then it could have been fought.
Well, there's nobody in support there at all, and it's difficult to keep up with a break at that pace. Reid does ever so well again, this time on the left-hand side. And midfield trying to keep up with Bellamy's pace is very difficult.
Charlton have conceded 3 today. In their previous 5 away days, they've conceded a total of only 3 goals.
And they should have had the blatant penalty against them as well.
Todd is out flat. And who of course played for Charlton Athletic until he had a bit of a training ground bust up. We see this goal again.
That's a flick there. Look at the awareness. That's what puts Reid in. Lovely ball hit with pace. It takes a deflection off the defender, but I think Andersen's beaten anyway. But he's deserved his luck. He's attacked the near post, and these acrobatics deserve to be in a circus. Enjoy that.
Emerton, Dickov. He's in great form. Uruguay better be careful next week when they play Australia in the World Cup qualifying playoffs. Todd, Tugay. Now Reid. Great ball. Not ahead of Dickov here. Oh, squeezes it through to Reid. It's daring football. It's like flashing blade stuff, isn't it? Mokoena. Tugay. Great little step over.
If this were Chelsea playing this, people would be standing and saying, look at this for football. This is Blackburn and they are playing some fantastic football.
Ambrose. Going to run into a blind alley, but he somehow found a way out of it, and he tried to catch Brad Friedel out, but the keeper is too long in the tooth and wise in the head for that.
Well, Ambrose does ever so well to get his way to the byline there. Maybe picked the wrong option, and Darren Bent was waiting for a pullback.
Ball for Brad Friedel.
The back four like to see a goalkeeper confidently coming out to claim a corner.
Oh dear, just a little too much slip on the surface for Pedersen. Great pitches, they say, back in his homeland from the American keeper. The way that Todd could get out of the way, but clever free kick is one.
Bit of a body check we see. A little dink through, tries to go round, and he's having none of that. Todd just sticks his shoulder into Hughes. He's been a bit in the wars, hasn't he?
Look at a nasty blow to the head when he scored that goal for Charlton. The final throws of the first half. They're advertising Harry Potter on the scoreboard in the ground. They need something magical from Danny Murphy. There'll be a flash of the wand from Danny Murphy in front of Sven-Goran Eriksson. Close.
But no cigar. Yeah, we've seen him do that so many times, stick the ball in the top corner. The exponent of the dead ball kick gets it over, but it bent a wee while, but just couldn't get the dip on it he needed. Couldn't get it down fast enough.
Tugay. Pedersen. There's Danny Murphy. His number could be up in a moment, actually. Both managers are preparing to make a change.
Referee shaking his head. He's had a few decisions to deal with this afternoon. Latest one, Paul Dickov goes down. And we see he gets clattered from behind, and it's got to be a foul in today's football. And then Tugay gets a little bit of retribution.
For Charlton, Bothroyd and Karkouri are going to be introduced. Jay Bothroyd, who had a spell at the club last year on loan, comes on for Danny Murphy, who seems to be hobbling a little bit. So his afternoon is ended in front of Sven-Goran Eriksson.
Charlton Athletic starting with 13, Danny Murphy, replaced by 38, welcome back Jay Bothroyd.
Started half a dozen games, not exactly given the warmest of welcomes on his return. And also coming on is Karkouri.
I'm surprised to see Rommedahl going off. He's been non-existent second half.
And the second one for Charlton Athletic is 19, and it's Rommedahl, to be replaced by 15, Karkouri.
He goes straight into there. Well, he could get it. Well, he almost had a chance with his very first touch. He still waits his first touches. Kishishev got his body to the ball first. A bit of a love in there. Before he cuts out the tactile stuff. Ambrose. Well, free header. Great save from Friedel to keep out Hreidarsson. Threw himself at it and again, and that appeared to be a nudge in the back as well.
That didn't appear to be one, it was one. I'm surprised the referee didn't give something there. He saw that.
I think the immediate reaction of the two of us then, and the second was that there was a definite push in the back, though Hreidarsson strangely didn't appeal. Meanwhile, what a save from Friedel.
Terrific save, free header, straight at him, good height, but he's got to be in the right place at the right time. Loses his marker, gets great power on it, but it is a good height for a keeper of Friedel's quality. And then I've seen those given, those pushes in the back there.
In a moment, Blackburn Rovers are going to make a change. Todd is hobbling his way through. Going to bring on David Bentley. They're desperate for defenders at the moment. Remember, they've lost Gray already and brought in Mokoena. Bothroyd up against his old pals. Dickov, his old striking partner, wins it back from him. Tugay. Emerton. Pedersen. Turning into trouble. Young will have enjoyed getting a full slice of the ball and half a slice of the player.
Did the referee get that one right?
The change is going to be made. Here comes the young midfield man, loaned from Arsenal, David Bentley, and the wounded hero, the skipper at the side, and Todd hobbles off.
Well, Neill will go to centre half here. Pedersen will drop in, further back at left back. It's two of the back four they've lost though, can always be a problem.
And the option, take the game to the opposition. Still 17 minutes remain. Comes loose to Emerton, Bellamy, Emerton, Mokoena behind him. It looks as though Pedersen, who's been on the left wing, has been asked to play at left back.
Yeah, he went straight there as soon as the substitution was made. Neill centre half.
It's been confirmed that Andy Todd's injury is a problem with his knee. Here's Bentley. Trying to make an immediate impression. Pedersen, all out of position. It's going to be a testing final quarter of an hour or so for him. Yeah. A word from below is for David Bentley when he comes on to offer extra protection to his fullback in Mortengam's Pedersen. Kirsichley celebrated getting a new long-term contract this week. It's been an afternoon where the officials' reflexes have been tested. In the back of his mind, he's wondering whether he got it right, and he didn't.
Well, did he or didn't he? Well, it's very, very close yet again. When it's played, he looks onside. When it actually leaves the boot, you cannot give them stick for that. It's so difficult. We keep seeing it again and again, and it is difficult.
Good ball in. Oh, it's a chance! A great chance! Friedel again! Well, no hero's return for Jay Bothroyd. Brilliant save.
That is a top save. I think Bothroyd could have taken it earlier. Not the best at defending here. Bothroyd gets his look. Taking it a bit earlier. Could have dinked it over him, but Brad Friedel made himself big. Just got that vital touch that keeps his team to in front.
Ambrose to Friedel again. It's like a magnet to this man at the moment. Well, he's made two great saves in the last 5 minutes. Could well have been 3-3. Pedersen. That was handball. The ironic chorus that
it's just what the referee wants, isn't it? Every couple of seconds of handball.
Of course, these two teams meet again in the Carling Cup at the end of the month at the Valley, and they finish it off here. Yes, they can. Bellamy with a blast.
Well, I think he deserved the goal for his work rate, Bellamy. Partnership with Dickov has been terrific this afternoon. Now they're both on the score sheet, and you have to say they deserve to be. One of the only long balls we've seen. It's won by Kuqi, and he doesn't need opportunity to finish those. Gambled here. Lovely first touch. Takes it early, keeps it down. Terrific body shape. Keeper's got no chance. Quality finish. Slightly happy as well.
The final polish on an excellent afternoon for Blackburn Rovers. They've seen off Charlton in style. He was scoring that goal. The fourth official was indicating there would be 3 minutes of time allocated by the officials. Looking like it now, Charlton would just be a souvenir. Karkouri lights the torch, and you're not going to be brief. Friedel this afternoon.
Well, they've been trying everything. Give them credit, Charlton. They've just not stopped. The terrific strike comes through bodies, and it's late reaction and terrific reaction.
Fizzed like a firework. Hard to say that on this particular day, aren't you?
Possibly looked at on any other day, but today, yeah, I got away with it.
Thank you. Charlton's 100% away record comes crumbling down.
Jansen, the jeweler, is Tugay.
It's announced inside the stadium that the local jewellers have announced Tugay as the man of the match. We must have a direct link to Gary's commentary.
I can say it was an easy decision. Looking at it, I think he's been head and shoulders above anybody else, but there have been a lot of terrific performances out there from Blackburn Rovers players.
Performance, total team stuff from Hughes' thoroughly well prepared players. A year ago at this point, you know, they were bottom of the Premiership. His 14 months in charge has brought them on an awful long way.
Does that tell chairman that, you know, give a manager a little bit of time to get a squad assembled, to get your system, that it'll work for you?
Well, they're going for the 5. Bellamy compromising this from Blackburn. Psychological score as well with that Carling Cup game coming up in a few weeks' time. Emerton having a ball. Bellamy. And Charlton's 100% record away from home comes to an end. Was 5 wins out of 5 before today, but Blackburn have been at their very best. Craig Bellamy wrapping up the 3 points with the 4th goal in the closing minutes. Pedersen scoring in the second half. Friedel with a string of excellent saves, just underlining what a total team performance it was from Hughes' boys today. And a bit of a rethink for Alan Kirbishley as he signs his new contract this week. His team have been beat today by 4-1.
Well, congratulations. You set the ball rolling with that goal this afternoon. When did you think that one up?
Didn't think about it too much, to be honest, but when I got the opportunity to shoot, just done so, and lucky enough, ended up in the back of the net.
We play well as a team, but I think as a team you emphasise what your manager wants, and that's exactly what we've done today.
And you look like a man who's desperate, who's hungry, who's enjoying every kick of the ball and every chase out there.
Yeah, I do enjoy playing football. You know, I get a lot of stick for other reasons, but you know, football is the be all and end all for me. You know, it's really important in my life. And it's something I love doing. I'm just very fortunate, you know. I've got a bunch of players really behind me and a crowd, and the management and chairman's been different class to me, and you know, I feel really warm, and you know, I feel really welcomed here, and you know, I'm just looking to try and do my best for the club.
We're positive straight from the off. A couple of home games prior to this one, we've started slowly, so we tried to emphasise the point that we needed to start the right tempo, and straight from the off, obviously, we went to Charlton, got a fantastic early goal, and just built from that point onwards. 2-0 to the good just before half time. Quite comfortable. Charlton hadn't really caused us any problems, but then we lost Mickey Gray, had to reorganise, and during that time Charlton got a goal. So second half it was important that we started off in the same vein, and second half we were excellent again, and really it was a really comfortable victory for us in the end.
Alan, your excellent away form sadly came to an end today.
Well, it was going to come to an end at some stage, but you know, in the manner it came to an end today, it's got to be very disappointing for us. We're taking nothing away from Blackburn. They started off the better, and but to be 2 down after 12-13 minutes, you know, you've got a mountain to climb, and that's what's happened to us today. And I think if you look at overall chances, we've probably had as many as Blackburn or even more. But you can't come back from 2-0 after 12 minutes.
I know you're a little bit sore about the second goal. Upon reflection, it was clearly offside, wasn't it?
It was definitely offside. I mean, I'm upstairs, and you know, it's gone against us. You know, it may even itself out. I don't know, but I think the linesmen get themselves caught when someone's crossing the ball. They're looking at the fella crossing it, and by the time they lift their head up, you know, it's moved on a bit. But even with the deflection, I think it was Dickov. He was the other side of our back four. He was offside, and you know, I think that we've been hurt there, but. You know, I've got to take that one, but you know, we didn't deserve too much out of the game today.
Alan and his staff were claiming that it was offside. I think it actually clipped somebody on the way through, so whether or not that's had a bearing on the decision, but obviously if it's in our favour, we're grateful for that. But I think if the Charlton lads are honest with themselves, I think they'll agree that the better side won today.
And they're no mugs at the moment because they were 5 straight away wins, so to beat them and so convincingly sums up the afternoon.
Well, yeah, we've been playing well. We've not shouted from the rooftops about what we're trying to do here. We've we try to let other people say good things about it. It doesn't happen very often. People talking in glowing terms about Blackburn Rovers, it's usually negative things, but we're trying to do what we can do, and we played a very good side today and won quite comfortably, so maybe we'll get some credit for our performance today.
So Charlton's perfect away record is over, but what a good result for Rovers. They're now up to 11th. After the break, Paul Walsh will tell us where today's Premiership games were won and lost. A great day for Wigan. Thierry Henry was in explosive form. But it's been another bad day for the Blues.
Eight o'clock?
And 9. And 9. 8. And 9.
And
9.
8 o'clock.
And 9. What?
8 o'clock.
And
9.
Showtime.
With great movies at 8 and more great movies at 9 every single night. Do you 8? 8. Or do you 9?
9.
Great movies at 8 and more great movies at 9 every night on Sky Movies.
Spoke to Norwich Union Direct last week about my car insurance. They did quote me happy. Took their offer up straight away. So it was quite reassuring when I ran into an old pal in town. I didn't do much damage. Scratched the paintwork a bit, scraped down the offside, took his hubcaps off, dent in the bumper.
Call 0800 828 829 and let Norwich Union Direct quote you happy.
That delicious taste of the Orient. Tetley's green teas. Tetley, everyone's cup of tea.
When you're in business, you want to be, well, in business. Not having to worry about handsets, bills, all that other stuff. With Vodafone, you get a direct line to your very own team of experts who'll help smooth the way. Make the most of now with Vodafone.
Free inside tomorrow's Mail on Sunday. Classic action movie, The Wild Geese. Starring 3 of the greatest names in British cinema. Richard Burton, Roger Moore and Richard Harris. Don't miss this amazing DVD, The Wild Geese. Free inside every copy of tomorrow's Mail on Sunday.
The generously equipped Peugeot 407 now features SmartNav, the next generation of satellite navigation.
What you put in this vase? Excuse me? What's wrong with your face? What does that stuff actually smell like? How long are you going to feel like that for?
If you've got questions about drugs, talk to Frank.
Got heartburn? Get Gaviscon Cool tablets in a convenient new pack. Heartburn relief has never been handier.
Welcome. A drink?
Carlsberg don't do takeaways, but if they did, they'd probably be the best takeaways in the world.
At Comet, get up to £200 cash back on selected Sony Bravia TV packages. Comet, we live electricals.
bless you for being an angel, for building a new dream, just when my old dream crumbled so helplessly.
It's Jason Roberts and it's 2-0. Classic counter break. Brilliantly done by Wigan Athletic.
Well, the Wigan fairy tale shows no sign of reaching its end. Their win at Portsmouth puts them just 6 points behind Chelsea at the top of the Premiership. Also today, Thierry Henry scored twice as Arsenal beat Sunderland at Highbury. Xabi Alonso sealed Liverpool's first away win of the season at Villa Park. Craig Bellamy wrapped up Blackburn's victory over Charlton at Ewood Park. lMyhre got the only goal as Newcastle edged past struggling Birmingham at St James's. Teddy Sheringham was West Ham's match winner against West Brom at Upton Park. And Steed Malbronk scored twice in a much-needed win for Fulham at home to Manchester City. These are the results in full then. 3-1 to Arsenal, 2 for Henry, Van Persie with the other, Alan Stubbs for Sunderland. Villa beaten 2-0 by Liverpool, a penalty from Steven Gerrard before Alonso's late second. Charlton lost 4-1 at Blackburn, Brett Emerton, Paul Dickov, Morten Gamp's Pedersen and Bellamy for Rovers, Brian Hughes with Charlton's consolation. Fulham won by 2-1 against Man City, Malbronk with both for Fulham, Lee Croft with his first City goal. Newcastle beat Birmingham by a 1-0 at St James's. Wigan put 2 past Portsmouth at Fratton Park. Pascal Chimbonda and Jason Roberts for Paul Jewell's side. And it finished West Ham 1, West Brom 0 at Upton Park. This is what it all means to the Barclays Premiership table. No change in the bottom 5, though Everton play Middlesbrough on Sunday. Portsmouth drop a place to 15th as Fulham go up 1 to 14th. Middlesbrough drop 2. Liverpool and Blackburn rise 1 each. Manchester United in action against Chelsea on Super Sunday are down to 9th. West Ham are up to 8th. Charlton, Bolton, Man City and Spurs all lose ground. Bolton and Tottenham face each other on the Monday Night Football. Arsenal are the big movers. They're up 5 places to 3rd. Wigan stays 2nd, 6 points behind the leaders Chelsea. Well, Paul Walsh has joined us in the studio and we're going to start with the Premiership's form team. 6 wins out of 6 and the best defence in the league. No, it's not Chelsea, it's Wigan.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable story, eh? Yeah, they're having a fantastic season, playing ever so well, and I think it's the positive attitude that Paul Jewell's instilled into his team. They go for every game, and they've come back from the 2 early defeats that they had at Chelsea, at home to Chelsea and away to Charlton, and they've just kicked on, showed great character to fight their way back, and now they're on such a fabulous run. The confidence is brimming. They've got youth, they've got experience, they've got pace and power, and you know, they keep just surprising everybody.
Pascal Chimbonda, what do you know about him? He scored for the 2nd time in 2 games.
Well, I think he's just been a fantastic player right from the very first day of the season when I saw him. He's got a great energy, loves to bomb down that right side, he's brave, and you know, it's just been a fantastic signing. When you think they picked him up for 500,000, it's a bargain.
Scored again today?
Yeah, it was a great, you know, it's a great header. He got up ever so well, and it was a good delivery. Priska, you know, gets a look at him, and then he loses him, and he gets round the back and he gets a running jump over Priska, and there you see it's a great spring, it's a great controlled header, and that got them well on their way.
He was also involved in the second one, which was a counter-attack. We've seen that from Wigan before, using their pace.
Yeah, Matty Taylor just tries to slide it outside, and Chimbonda anticipates the pass and gets on his bike straight away. It's a great ball from Cameron, he's driving in on goal. Roberts has supported the play, and when he just had that touch, I thought he might, you know, just close the situation down on himself, Jason Roberts, but he finishes it ever so well. Nice controlled pass out, return pass from Camera to Chimbonda, and he gets his head up, has a look, it's a nice ball in, just takes that touch, Robertson slides it under Ashdown, and that made it 2-0, and you know, it was away from Portsmouth then. And Portsmouth were disappointing in the respect that they had such a good result last week away from home, and then they were a little bit negative with the shape of the team, and I expected them to be a little...
Is that the problem with being at home?
Possibly. I mean, you know, the setup they had away, you know, teams coming onto you can play on the counter-attack. At home, you've got to take the game to the opposition, and they found that difficult. Didn't have enough options. Silva was isolated on his own up front, and they created very little, so they've got to have a different game plan for the home games.
Now, already this season, 25 points for Wigan. I mean, they're almost safe, aren't they?
Well, they're a good part of the way there, aren't they? And that's fantastic. I think Paul Jewell, can't believe it himself, really. He loves a little joke and saying how many points are they behind Chelsea, and it's just a great story. For all the teams that are coming up, it's giving them hope. West Ham are doing ever so well, but Wigan are flying away at the moment, doing ever so well. And it's a credit to Paul Jewell and the team that he's put together.
What are their expectations, do you think, this season? Is there a danger they might relax when they think they've got 35, 40 points?
Well, their expectation was to stay up, wasn't it? And they're superseding that and all over the place. And he must look at the league table on a Sunday morning and he has to pinch himself. And it's fantastic for him. And no, I think he'll demand from his players that once they get to the safety position, which you can see them doing that quite comfortably now, that he'll demand that they keep going. And the problem you do in doing that is you do create an expectation. Now, when Wigan turn out, we're expecting them to win, which certainly wasn't the case at the start of the season.
Well, 5 points behind Wigan come Arsenal, who are now up to third. Now they're out, they've qualified for the Champions League.
Yeah.
Is this the time to start concentrating on the league? It's not beyond them yet, is it, or is it?
Well, it's a tall order to catch Chelsea with the massive points difference. But, when you've got Thierry Henry in your side, and he makes them a totally different team, I've got to say. Without him, Arsenal play too much in front of teams. With him in the side, he stretches sides, and he's just got that individual brilliance that can win you games. And once again, he's provided that.
Could have had a hat-trick today. Let's start with the Van Persie goal. He's also in a bit of form, seems to be finding his feet.
He's a very talented player. I think Mick McCarthy will be majorly disappointed that Sol Campbell's just hit a slightly angled ball from just left there, straight through the middle, and Van Persie's got in between his two central defenders. He took it down well, and it's a venomous strike, and it's a great finish. But the way that the goals come about, I think Mick McCarthy will be majorly disappointed that they've just cut through his defence with one, angled pass between the two central defenders.
Let's get on to the Thierry Henry show now, though. 5 goals since he came back from injury just underlines how important he is to the side.
Well, he is, and most of them are wonder goals, aren't they? I mean, the agility for the size of the man and the finishing that he's got.
This was a lovely team move, though, wasn't it?
It was a great play to build it up to Lauren on that side, but I think you see it from that angle and you think it's a simple finish. I think when you see it on the replay, as it comes across from Lauren, it does take a deflection, and Thierry Henry just has to adjust his body very subtly, just to make sure he makes the right contact with the ball, make sure it ends up in the back of the net, and he does it brilliantly well. He's just a fantastic all-round player.
Now, we had a little party piece from him that didn't quite come off, and he might have scored had he tried something a little less elaborate.
Once again, I can't believe how much space he gets here, and there's people rushing out trying to play offside, and I think really he'll look at that tonight and think he should have got it down and just scored, but he's gone for the spectacular, and no one's going to hold this against him because he's a spectacular player. Goes for the overhead kick, and it's fractions from being an absolutely unbelievable finish. Just hits the outside of the post, but he'll be looking at it and thinking really should have got it down and just maybe finished it off, because Arsenal do need to kill teams off when they're in front.
Which is what they're not doing. I mean, Alan Stubbs did score for Sunderland, and there were some nervy moments at 2-1.
Well, when there's only one goal in it, there's always the outside chance a mistake can happen or a ricochet, and Sunderland could have got back in the game. So that's all the more importantly why he finishes those other chances off when he gets them.
He did score a second though, put it beyond doubt.
Well, this is another great move. It's a great slide rule pass from Fabregas, and a great little deft touch round Caldwell from Thierry Henry. There's Bergkamp linking it up again. He's so important to things as well. There's a great first touch and then a little nick round Caldwell, and he just slides it under the goalkeeper, and tremendous play.
Now at Ewood Park, Charlton's perfect away record came to a shuddering halt. Mark Hughes has said in his interview he wants people to start saying some nice things about Blackburn, so go on.
Right, well what he did was when he took the job over, he had a tall order on and he got them fighting and kicking and getting results that way, and he's done that now, but now he's assembled the team that he wants, and he's started to change the ethic a bit, which is to play football as well. And I've been watching some of the stuff tonight, and they play some great stuff, and they've got the goals to go with it, and that's the all important thing. But it's just allowing these players now to play a bit more football and express themselves a bit more. And they got off to a great start. Here's Emerton. I mean, Spector's done okay. He's driving him away from goal.
What about the keeper?
Well, God knows what the goalkeeper's doing here. I mean, it was early on in the game, yes, but he just shifts it out to that right-hand side and he wraps his foot around it. I mean, it's a great strike on goal.
The keeper thinks it's going wide.
He's got to. It's the only explanation I've got, because it's flown in the top corner. and you know, he's just not alert. He's just not, you know, at the races very early in the game, and
But
it's
just 2 minutes on the clock. Now, after 18 minutes, Blackburn are 2 up. Alan Kirbishley very unhappy with this goal. He thought it was offside.
Yeah, I think it was offside as well. I mean, I know it takes a deflection, and maybe that makes it a little bit harder for the referee's assistant to make his decision, but I've seen these decisions go against most forwards in most situations, and as the ball's played, it's just the wrong side of the defender, and I've seen that most of this season been given against the forward. I know we've got that
linesman in line there?
Not quite, and that's maybe because he's maybe slightly ahead of the play there, and maybe that makes it look like Dickov's that little bit further back towards the defender. I think it's offside, and all that talk about the striker getting the benefit of the doubt, I haven't seen too much evidence of that this season. But on this occasion,
the strikers club and stick
no,
up for
I'm
them.
thinking forwards should get the benefit of the doubt, but I haven't seen it happen on too many occasions. But on that one, he got away with it.
Now, they got one back, Charlton, but in the end it was just a consolation. Morton Gamps Pedersen with their third. He's been outstanding for Blackburn.
He has. I mean, when he first came to the club, he looked like a little boy lost, but he's got to grips with the Premiership. He looks strong, and now his true talent has come to the fore over the last year. He's really been a tremendous player. He's got great ability. So with his weaker foot, gets a bit of a deflection on the way through, which helps it in. But he's in the box. You know, he gets in from that left-hand side when he plays on the left. He can play off the front. He's got a few strings to his bow. He's got a great ability. He's got a good leap as well. So he's got a lot going for him. And a good player.
And not to be outdone on a day when Blackburn are scoring goals, you expect one from Craig Bellamy, don't you?
Well,
Doesn't
yeah.
like to keep quiet.
I mean, he's got. Well, yeah. I should imagine he's got plenty to say in the dressing room after. But again, defensively it's poor. The bounce flick on from Kuqi, and as it bounces, the bounce just skids on, and Hreidarsson gets underneath it, just the wrong side, and Craig Bellamy with that great pace, turn of pace over a short distance, gets onto it very quickly and finishes it off very well.
So a good day for Blackburn, not such a good day for Birmingham City, another defeat for them. Yeah. Did you feel for them a bit today?
I think so. From all the reports that I've heard and the bits I've seen, it sounds like Birmingham played quite well, and probably
they're just not getting any luck.
No, not when it's not happening for you. It's not happening for you, and you know, Mike Taylor, bless him, is not having the best period in his Birmingham career.
He's been fantastic for them, but it's just the last 2 weeks, two errors.
Let's not forget that he has been fantastic for them, but there's been a couple of goals, Simon Davis's one and this one, where you'd expect him to do better, and I'm sure he would expect to do better.
Emerton with the shot.
Decent strike. Looks like it may have taken a slight deflection, but we don't think it did. Maybe it's just the way Emerton hit it. Just had that little bit of swerve on it, and he's going the wrong way, and he should have kept it out, and he knows that. But it's a shame because he has been fantastic for them this season.
It is cruel, but we are going to show you the mistake that Mike Taylor made against Everton as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is another one. I mean, up to this point, he'd had a tremendous season. Remember that? Was it Arsenal where he was pulling out saves left, right and centre?
Yeah, we should show those as well.
We should even it up a bit, yeah, because this isn't very nice for him to have to watch this. You know, it's a save he knows he should make. Comes off the ground very quickly, but he's a little bit late getting to it. And then the one today, it's been a poor couple of weeks for him, but he's a strong character and he'll bounce back.
Birmingham, though, are in 19th.
Yep.
That's 5 defeats. No, they haven't scored in 5. They've had a lot of injuries. What can Steve Bruce do?
It's difficult, you know, when you're down there and the players are looking at the league table, you know you've got a lot of injuries, you know your players have got a loss of confidence, you know your strikers are not scoring, you know, somehow you've just got to keep trying to get them to keep believing the things you're trying to do and the way you're trying to play. Hopefully get 1 or 2 injured players back sooner rather than later, and try and move forward. That's all you can keep. And you
need a bit of a break somewhere.
Well, you do need a break, yeah, but you need strong mental players, you know, mentally very strong, who can cope with the pressure and come out the other side of it, because when those players start to play well, they will get results and they should move up the table. But if you get stuck in that rut, and they're certainly in a rut at the moment, you know, there's sometimes, if you don't have those strong mental players in your squad that can get you out of it, you can keep sinking.
Not much breaks either at Aston Villa, the other Birmingham side.
Yeah.
David O'Leary very upset with a penalty that was awarded against his side in the 85th minute. Is this a penalty, Paul?
I wouldn't see it as a penalty. I mean, I think it comes in. I think you've got a bit of grappling with Ridgewell and Crouch, and you know, they've both got their arms on each other, and the ball gets cleared away. I think, you know, you could say it was a free kick either way on this occasion.
So you think Villa have been harshly dealt with?
I do. You know, Crouch has got his arms on Ridgewell, and Ridgewell's got his arms round Crouch, and it's a little bit of a grapple. But and it's just what goes against Ridgewell is he falls onto Crouch, so it looks like he's leaning on him as well. Maybe that goes against him, but I wouldn't say that was a penalty.
Stephen Gerrard stepped up to take it. He doesn't miss many.
No, and looked very confident when he stepped up to the ball and just strokes into that bottom corner, and that got Liverpool on their way. and it's just what Liverpool need, a good away win. Not what Villa needed, obviously, or David Lee when you're at home. They've got a poor home record, but a good away win for Liverpool, and that should keep their little run going there. There's a little bit of confidence and a head of steam building with Liverpool, and they've got to keep that going if they can.
We're going to stay with the West Midlands teams and look at how West Brom got on at West Ham. And again, not much luck, because Brian Robson felt they did deserve something from this game. They had a lot of play, a very tight game, and Diamansi Kamara let his manager down today.
He's an unpredictable player, Kamara. He's got good ability, runs with the ball well, moves well as well. I like him, but it sounds like he had a bad day at the office.
Decision making, I think,
well,
probably.
Exactly, and I think when you get in good positions, you get your head up there, there's... maybe as he came in that split second, he's thought to himself, is there something that really slaps me in the face and say I've got to make that pass? And he's gone for the shot at the near post and missed it. And this one, he's got it in his mind, he's going on his own. And then you don't become aware of anything else. And there's a great opportunity for Earnshaw. So when you look at some of the positions that West Brom have got into and some of the poor finishing and poor decision making, that must be very frustrating for Brian Robson as a manager.
Teddy Sheringham made them pay with the only goal of the game, and it was vintage Sheringham.
Well, it was, and this is a difference in quality sometimes, all 40 years of him nearly, Ted, and it's a magnificent touch.
Thank you for reminding everyone of that.
Well, I think it's a credit that he's still on the pitch at that age, and this touch is absolutely magnificent, and the finish is fantastic as well. The way he just pulls away, takes it composed, finishes it off, and 3 points for West Ham, and Pardew's delighted with that finish. And the full 90 minutes, I believe, Ted played again, so that's fantastic for him as well.
So, tomorrow, the big game is at Old Trafford. It's Chelsea travelling up to visit Manchester United. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, Mark Hughes, if you listen to him this week and, saying that it could be a great game for Manchester United to get their season back on track, great. I'm sure that they will roll their sleeves up, and I'm sure it will be a tough game, and I'm sure Chelsea will have their hands full. Just feel with their confidence and their belief going into games at the moment that I think that they might just have too much for Manchester United.
And then is that Manchester United out of it?
Yeah, well, I think most sides are feeling a little bit out of it anyway at the moment. It's going to take something. I mean, Arsenal will be hoping, and Manchester United, obviously, that they can get 3 points and peg Chelsea back. That's what they've got to hope for.
Thanks very much for coming in, Paul. Now, as ever, we've plenty of live football coming up here on Sky Sports. It is the big one on Super Sunday. The champions at Old Trafford to face Manchester United. All the build-up and the action with Richard Keys and his guests, Gianluca Vialli, Paul Ince and Jamie Redknapp on Sky Sports 1 from 3. At 6 o'clock on Sky Sports 3, Mark Bolton has a Spanish doubleheader as Real Madrid take on Zaragoza and Getafe play Barcelona. And the Monday night football comes from the Reebok as Bolton face Tottenham. Jeff Stelling in the chair for that one on Sky Sports 1 from 7:30. So on bonfire night, no sign of Wigan's Premiership future going up in smoke. Thierry Henry once again shows he's dynamite, and look out for plenty of fireworks at Old Trafford on Super Sunday.